Hi guys, welcome to ANIMEized. This is the English translated version of the novel Throne of Seal. The novel differs slightly from the Chinese animation or donghua. If you want more of these videos, please smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. Enjoy and have a blessed day.
Thus, the method for breaking through from the 6th to the 7th rank emerged, opening the 2nd and 3rd spiritual seas. This sequence must not be mistaken, or you won't be able to bear it. The 2nd spiritual sea is located in the lower abdomen, and the 3rd is within your brain. Creating the 2nd spiritual sea signifies breaking through to the 7th rank, when your spiritual power fills the 2nd spiritual sea, indicating the need to construct the 3rd spiritual sea. This is one of the most significant dangers you'll encounter in your cultivation. Be cautious and avoid recklessness. Constructing the 3rd spiritual sea is one of the greatest dangers you'll face in your cultivation. So proceed with caution. Remember, don't rush into it. I can't tell you the specific method for constructing spiritual seas. You'll have to comprehend it on your own. Recalling his father's teachings, Long HaoChen's heart warmed. Dad, I'm about to break through to the 7th rank. Can you imagine? I'm not even 17 yet. When I break through to the 7th rank, I'll go to the main hall of the Night Temple to find you and Mom, probably after completing this mission of slaughter. After completing the slaughter mission, I'll need to participate in the assessment for the Mithril Silver Knight first. I must appear before you in the shining Mithril base battle armor. Thinking about this, a sense of pride welled up in Long HaoChen's heart. Indeed, even he didn't expect that his own cultivation speed could reach the 7th rank so quickly. It's truly an unbelievable speed. Since parting with his parents, Long HaoChen's life could be described as fulfilling. Through arduous cultivation, completing various tasks with his companions, and having Cai Er by his side. However, in the quiet of the night, he couldn't help but think of his parents, deeply missing them. His mother's tenderness and love, his father's sternness and strength, were deeply imprinted in his mind. The most unforgettable event in Long HaoChen's life was encountering a demon attack with his father in Odin Town, where his father revealed the God's Seat throne. That scene was something he could never forget. Although Long HaoChen was very young at that time, he had already secretly sworn that one day he would sit on the God's Seat throne like his father. Cai Er sat across from Long HaoChen. Since entering the territory of the demons, the members of Martial Level Number 64 Demon Hunting Squad had lost the relaxation they had in the Alliance. They were completely in a tense state. All their free time was used for cultivation. The benefits of a year of seclusion were gradually becoming apparent. The long period of accumulation had significantly increased the cultivation speed of everyone's spiritual power, especially the control of their own spiritual seas far surpassed out when they had just broken through to the 6th rank. During the year of seclusion, most of the time, Long HaoChen led his companions in practical combat on the Tower of Eternity. The purpose was to familiarize everyone with their spiritual seas through continuous battles, and comprehend the changes in their spiritual seas. His approach was undoubtedly correct, because apart from him and Cai Er, the other 5 companions breaking through to the 6th rank had received assistance from Dream Paradise. Their foundations were not stable, but after a year of intense cultivation, they finally stabilized their own cultivation. Coupled with the improvements from the Tower of Eternity, it could be said that this was the best way to enhance each companion. Cai Er's spiritual power cultivation was second only to Long HaoChen's, and in the past few days she had just broken through 7,000. The other companions were mostly hovering around 6,000. This speed was already quite astonishing. Besides Cai Er, the fastest improvement in spiritual power was naturally Long HaoChen's 2 attendants, who benefited from the shared talents. With their innate spiritual power of 80, Han Yu and Shima Xian also improved rapidly. Cai Er still has the slowest cultivation progress, but for some reason, everyone can feel that Cai Er's temperament is gradually changing. Grand Jacques City. After several days of turmoil, the capital of the Jacques province, Grand Jacques City, gradually returned to calm. However, a few days ago, the attack from the Demon Hunting Squad of the Temple Alliance still dealt a heavy blow to the already weak Jacques race. Due to their slow reproductive speed, the Jacques race has rarely participated in battles, and their total military strength has been maintained at a low level. This attack can be considered quite significant, especially with the death of a Jacques leader, which has further damaged the morale of the Jacques race. A team of 10 people is entering Grand Jacques City through the east gate with a high spirit, and leading the way is a tall man cloaked in an orange cape. This cape, emitting a strong spiritual power, clearly indicates his identity. Star Demon Race. Behind him, 9 demons of various forms follow. However, each exudes a powerful aura. They walk proudly through the streets of Grand Jacques City, causing both demon and human residents to give way. Without a doubt, this team is undoubtedly an anti-demon hunting squad. The first batch of anti-demon hunting squads, totaling 100 groups, is directly led by the Demon God Emperor. Therefore, being a member of the anti-demon hunting squads fills these demons with pride. The Demon God Emperor holds the highest position among the demons, and the establishment of the anti-demon hunting squads undoubtedly consolidates his rule. No one from any race dares to voice opposition. After the establishment of the anti-demon hunting squads, it indeed had an immediate impact. Many demon hunting squads from the Temple Alliance have suffered losses at their hands. Some squads even had casualties. There were even instances of entire squads being wiped out. The powerful force of the anti-demon hunting squads is specifically created to deal with the demon hunting squads. The 100 anti-demon hunting squads vary in strength, from the strongest to the weakest. The 3 strongest anti-demon hunting squads are all led by demon gods ranked in the top 36. Their members are all composed of 9th-ranked powerhouses, earning them the title of the demon god squads. These are 39th-ranked powerhouses, and their strength is beyond imagination. The reason why anti-demon hunting squads operate in teams of 10 is specifically to counter the Temple Alliance squads that operate in teams of 6. In addition to the demon god squads, there is the demon king squads next. The characteristics of the demon king squads are simple. Their leaders are inevitably 9th-ranked. There are a total of 10 demon king squads. Following are squads of similar strength: dragon squads, moon squads, star squads, and demon squads. As the name suggests, the leader of the dragon squads is naturally a powerful demon dragon. The leaders of the moon and star squads are moon and star demons, respectively, and the demon squads are miscellaneous teams. Among them, there are 10 dragon, moon, and star squads each, with the remainder being demon squads. In terms of strength, apart from the demon god squads and demon king squads, the remaining 4 types of anti-demon hunting squads are not significantly different in strength. However, teams with demon dragons, moon demons, and star demons as captains have stronger cohesion, and their overall strength is slightly higher. The anti-demon hunting squad in front of us is undoubtedly the star squad. Xing Xian has been a bit depressed these days, ever since the establishment of the anti-demon hunting squads over a year ago, but for some reason, their squad has had consistently bad luck. They have never encountered a human demon hunting squad, and as a leader, Xing Xian is eager to engage in battle with a human demon hunting squad. After the establishment of the demon hunting squads, they received comprehensive support from demon resources, and all human alchemists and craftsmen under demon control provided equipment services for them. However, the equipment was not given for free. It required killing members of demon hunting squads to earn more rewards. However, finding a demon hunting squad proved to be challenging, and they still hadn't encountered one by now. As a result, they hadn't received any rewards so far. 10 days ago, the demon god emperor suddenly ordered them to search the Shak province area. They had been searching for 10 days. And they hadn't seen the shadow of a demon hunter. The other anti-demon hunting squads had already returned to report or gone to inspect other areas, but orders from above instructed them, including their squad, to continue searching near Grand Jacques City for another month. And they were to continue for an entire month. Captain, the orders from above are really frustrating. Are they asking us to patrol the air? It's better to go attack the Temple Alliance army at the border. A heavily built demon behind Xing Xian said. This guy is over 3 meters 5 in height, with shoulders nearly 2 meters wide, and thick arms like giant pillars. His entire body is covered in shiny black fur, with a face adorned with sideburns and a beard, resembling a human in overall form, but his fangs and the black fur reveal his true identity. One of the strongest demon races, the Bear Demon Clan. Demon god Hualifu of the Bear Clan, ranks 6th among the 72 demon gods, possessing immense strength, as solid as a fortress, under his command. The Bear Demon Clan serves as a backbone force in the demon race. If the Demon Dragon Clan is the king of the demons, and the Star Demon Clan is the brain of the demons, and the Moon Demon Clan is the soul of the demons, then the Bear Demon Clan is the barrier of the demons. A solid barrier, terrifying strength and defense, make them an indestructible force on the battlefield. This is a terrifying race that has the chance to reach the 9th rank based on external spiritual power. Of course, they have their weaknesses, namely, no matter how powerful, the bear demons cannot fly. Xing Xian snorted. Enough talk, just follow the orders from above. It's noon now, let's find a place to eat first. The bear demon chuckled, no longer speaking, its massive figure standing behind Xing Xian like a barrier. In this team, he and Xing Xian hold the highest positions, while the other members are ordinary 7th ranks. He is at the peak of the 7th rank. While Xing Xian is an 8th rank powerhouse, an 8th rank star demon is undoubtedly an extremely terrifying presence. A group of 10 demons walked slowly toward the city, looking for a place to eat. As anti-demon hunting squad, they certainly won't pay for their meals. However, just the bear demon alone could bankrupt a restaurant. While walking forward, suddenly, Xing Xian's expression changed abruptly. He halted, and his right hand slammed the staff into the ground. A strong orange light radiated outward from his body. An illusionary figure vanished in an instant, and a harsh tearing sound erupted in the spreading orange light. Xing Xian grunted, taking a half step back, a long bloody wound appearing on his chest. Fortunately, a necklace on his neck emitted a strong black light, protecting his vital areas. This was just a minor injury. Human assassin. Xing Xian snorted angrily, raising his staff again. Terrifying and viscous dark elements surged toward the now visible figure. Elemental impact, the most effective and swift attack for an 8th rank mage. Mages are indeed most fearful of assassins, but once the assassin is caught or the distance is opened, the assassin becomes nothing more than a target for the mage. Xing Xian, of course, didn't need to create any distance. In the next moment of the attack, the bear demon had already positioned its body horizontally, blocking in front of him, and other demons swarmed in, converging like lightning toward the assassin in white. The assassin didn't pause at all, delivering a blow and immediately turning to flee, wings breaking out from its back, flapping with full force, speeding away like the wind and lightning. But how could Xing Xian let him go? A low and rapid chanting sounded like exploding ice and boiling oil, his staff pointing forward, an orange red giant hand appearing out of thin air, instantly grabbing the assassin. The grasp of the Star Demon, a powerful control magic of the Star Demon clan. In Xing Xian's eyes, the assassin was already as good as dead. Being the strongest magic race among the demons, the Star Demon clan has a naturally strong sense of perception. It was this strong perception that saved his life, sensing the assassin's presence at the most critical moment. Even though he was an 8th rank powerhouse, facing an assassin still posed a vulnerability. After all, the Star Demon clan is a pure magic race. The magic released by the Star Demon is extremely powerful, but being attacked without any preparation is another matter. Through the assassin's previous attack, he could sense that this was a human 7th rank assassin, and with considerable strength, at least around the strength of the 7th rank, level 5. Otherwise he wouldn't have been able to get close without noticing. He even broke through his own defensive equipment. But even so, what of it? The grasp of the Star Demon is an innate magic of the Star Demon clan. Although it requires an incantation, its release speed is extremely fast, and it's a powerful 7th rank control magic. It's not something an assassin can easily escape from in a short time, and during this time, his companions could tear him apart. However, just as the chilling killing intent filled Xing Xian's eyes, the assassin controlled by the grasp of the Star Demon brought great shock. A strong killing intent erupted from the assassin, followed by a sudden flash of dark golden light. Like a storm raging, countless dark golden blades burst forth like ignited fireworks. Amid a thunderous roar, it actually exploded the constraints of the grasp of the Star Demon. At the same time, on a building hundreds of meters away, a white light instantly flashed, landing on the assassin forcefully, pulling and causing the assassin to change direction, running away as if being pulled by the light. "Chase, kill them!" Xing Xian roared, orange-red light shining behind him, his spirit wings bursting out. Other demons displaying their own abilities, except for the bear demon who couldn't fly, all other demons swiftly rushed towards the location where the white light appeared. At this moment, among this Star Anti-Demon hunting squad, the bear demon was at the rear, having just reached the location where the assassin was, while the other demons took flight to chase in the direction of the white light. Xing Xian, as the leader, stayed at the back. Suddenly, as Xing Xian was accelerating forward, he felt a sudden chill throughout his body, an inexplicable sense of fear suddenly gripping his heart. In his perception, there was no sense of any enemies or danger. Yet instinct told him, a crisis nearing destruction was right before him. As an 8th rank powerhouse, Xing Xian didn't even have half a second for thought, a fierce glint in his eyes. And a strong orange light suddenly spread from him in all directions, blasting through the air. Nothing? Because he felt his life threatened, Xing Xian put his full force into this strike. The elemental impact of an 8th rank powerhouse is incredibly terrifying, creating a blast with a diameter of over 100 meters. Luckily, he was flying in the air at this moment, not on the ground, otherwise Grand Jacques City would have suffered. However, what surprised him was that his all-around attack had no effect at all, and the instinctive sense of crisis not only didn't diminish but intensified. No, it's not from around him. Xing Xian suddenly realized that his defense was lacking in one direction, the sky. At this moment, a desolate gray light quietly appeared, with no sign of breaking space or any magical fluctuation, yet it gave a sense of melancholic beauty. There wasn't even a visible form, just something, like a gray light seemingly gathered from the cycle of life and death. Xing Xian's reaction was, after all, too late. All he could do now was to burn his own spiritual power. A roar as his spirit wings surged, and his staff lifted. However, the previous all-out attack around him had heavily depleted his spiritual power. Even for an 8th rank powerhouse, after a full-force attack, it would still require some time to recover the depleted spiritual power. However, that poignant gray light descended at this very moment, timing so perfect, it could be called perfectly exquisite. Also at this moment, all the figures of the anti-demon hunting squads paused for a moment, subconsciously looking towards the sky, because that sense of crisis had also instinctively appeared in them, and the sky dimmed at this moment. The sky turned gray, as if instantaneously shrouded by dark clouds, and the chilling killing intent was like an unbridgeable chasm. Puff! The spirit wings, staff, and skull, and even the rapidly burning spiritual power, none could stop the integration of that poignant gray light. Xing Xian's eyes were filled with incredulity, and his body was already frozen in midair. At this moment, in midair, a pair of pitch-black spirit wings unfolded, revealing an elegant figure. Also at this moment, a golden figure arrived like a breaking lightning bolt, reaching the black spirit wings. A golden light suddenly burst forth from his chest, and in the next moment, the figure with unfolded black spirit wings disappeared into thin air within the golden light, even before the anti-demon hunting squads could see clearly. Only at this moment, the stunned Xing Xian started descending slowly from the air, and even as he fell, the distinctive orange-yellow spiritual power of the Star Demon clan continued to burn on him. However, his soul had already shattered, entering the cycle of reincarnation. The golden light flashed again, and the golden figure swiftly passed by, and the body of the 8th-rank Star Demon Xing Xian vanished, while the golden figure traced a graceful arc in the lower sky, soaring straight towards a cloud in the high sky. All the anti-demon hunting squads were stunned, unable to comprehend what had just happened. How could it be possible? Xing Xian fell just like that. Incredibly, he fell. What's even more crucial is that, in their first tie-in, the appearing enemy didn't seem particularly powerful. Yet they still managed to bring down Xing Xian, an 8th-rank Star Demon. How could this be possible under their ambush? How could this happen? The bear demon roared. What are you waiting for? Hurry and chase them. Amidst the roar, he stomped heavily with his right foot on the ground, creating a deafening roar, causing surrounding buildings to crumble around him, turning into ruins. The other anti-demon hunting squads then reacted. The 8 demons, all 7th-rank powerhouses, swiftly chased the diminishing golden figure in the sky. The bear demon couldn't fly, so he stood in place, gazing at the sky, suddenly surprised to notice that the golden figure had 4 wings, and moreover, its flying speed was so fast, seemingly surpassing their anti-demon hunting squad by far. In an instant, it had disappeared into the clouds. Suddenly, the bear demon shivered with realization. The clouds, could it be? Don't go, everyone come back, he roared to the sky. However, he was in the middle of the city, while the other anti-demon hunting squads were already hundreds of meters high in the air. The sounds of wind, breaking space, and magical fluctuations drowned out his roar, leaving him helplessly watching as the 8 anti-demon hunting squads vanished into the clouds. The bear demon suddenly felt a chilling sensation as if falling into an icy pit. He was deceived. He was undoubtedly deceived. From the first appearance of the assassin, to being repelled and rescued, it seemed they had fallen into a meticulously set trap. Xing Xian's fall, the anti-demon hunting squad's losing its leader, led to chaos and anger, and they completely fell into the enemy's calculation. However, now everything was beyond recovery. The bear demon was physically powerful, but his mind wasn't simple. On the contrary, as a high-ranking demon, his intelligence wasn't inferior to Xing Xian's. After a brief moment of confusion, he immediately raised his hand, throwing out a small black metal ball. The metal ball soared through the air, exploding in midair with a thunderous boom, transforming into a massive dark purple halo that spread out. This was the anti-demon hunting squad's distress signal. Now all he could do was hope that the other anti-demon hunting squads could arrive in time, and that his companions here could hold their ground against the ambush by the demon hunting squad. Judging from the previous human strength, they probably encountered the royal-level demon hunting squad of the Temple Alliance, considering their 8th, 7th-rank powerhouses taking to the sky. But alas, they were deceived. Unfortunately, the bear demon was mistaken, as they did indeed encounter the royal-level demon hunting squad, but there was also another equally dangerous martial-level demon hunting squad lurking. In the clouds, the true main force of this ambush lay in wait, consisting of 5 royal-level demon hunting squad members and 5 martial-level demon hunting squad members. Calculations gone awry. In an instant, the clouds in the sky turned dazzlingly colorful. The battle was brief, accompanied by muffled roars. The leaderless Star Anti-Demon Hunting Squad quickly met its demise. Although these anti-demon hunting squads are all 7th rank, without the leadership of Xing Xian and the Bear Demon, how can they contend with the elite royal level and martial level demon hunting squads of the Temple Alliance? 10 against 8, it's without suspense. As the last body was collected, Long HaoChen exchanged a glance with Tianqi, and everyone flapped their spirit wings, swiftly heading towards the planned escape route to flee. After lurking for more than 10 days, they finally seized the opportunity. Even before Xing Xian and his group entered the city of Diyaku, they had already been targeted. The strategy was straightforward. 2 demon hunting squad assassins ambushed the Star Demon leader, and Long HaoChen, with the help of Yating's holy guiding spirit furnace, intervened from the side. They also lured the enemy into the air. However, in the original plan, Cai Er and another assassin were only responsible for severely injuring the Star Demon, preventing it from joining the battle, but no one expected that the Star Demon would fall under Cai Er's reincarnation sword. The most shocking was naturally the members of the Royal Level Number 17 Demon Hunting Squad, who could not have anticipated the terrifying strength of this martial level demon hunting squad. Are they really only 6th rank? The substantial difference in rank seems to have no effect on them at all. How did they achieve this? In the aerial battle, it was the first time the royal level demon hunting squad fought side by side with Long HaoChen and his team, and the difference became even more apparent. Almost everyone had legendary level equipment, and when the battle began, the strength of their attacks, coupled with their seamless coordination, was truly flawless throughout the entire aerial battle. Astonishingly, 4 anti-demon hunting squad members fell at the hands of the martial level number 64 demon hunting squad. This accounted for half of the casualties, in addition to the star demons slain by Cai Er. The martial level number 64 demon hunting squad played a significant role. Long HaoChen and Tianqing had already agreed before the plan that whichever demon hunting squad killed the demon, the body would belong to that squad. The spoils would be naturally divided, and the merits would be automatically recorded on the achievement tokens. During the attack, the 2 demon hunting squads launched their attacks from different directions. After this battle, Tianqing fully realized that Long HaoChen and his team's ability to kill an 8th rank Yaka leader was no mere luck. Look at them. Look at what they did in the previous battles. Long HaoChen always took the lead, and the light elemental elf attached to him, capable of using the holy guiding spirit furnace, directly drew the attention of 4 anti-demon hunting squad members, while Long HaoChen, relying on his own strength, single-handedly withstood the attacks of these 4 anti-demon hunting squad members, creating enough space for his comrades to attack. As for his companions, who are they? The methods they used in their attacks are unheard of, using shields as giant axes, smashing enemies with large iron balls, summoning phoenixes, and the most formidable is the summoner. What did she summon? A heaven-defying demonic dragon. The demons were terrified. How could they continue the fight? The result was evident. This was without the terrifying 4-headed mount of Long HaoChen appearing on the battlefield. In the battle against the Yaka demons, the members of the royal level number 7 demon hunting squad were shocked by the combat power of the martial level number 64 demon hunting squad, but this time, they were almost numb to it. Even though Tianqing knew he shouldn't pry into their secrets, he couldn't help but be curious about how the seemingly 6th rank martial level demon hunting squad displayed attack power comparable to their royal level demon hunting squad. They had never heard of such a powerful martial level demon hunting squad before, and judging by their demon hunting squad number, it seemed they had recently ascended to martial level. Although Tianqing could see that most of Long HaoChen's companions were strong in terms of burst power, it was still terrifying. In fact, it's understandable that Tianqing couldn't have anticipated that every member of Long HaoChen's team possessed a spirit furnace. Moreover, most of them were composite spirit furnaces. This was a crucial factor contributing to the high burst power of the martial level number 64 demon hunting squad. The 2 demon hunting squads soon landed in a distance, at a wind-sheltered spot on a hill, and Tianqing somehow manipulated. A large rock silently shifted, revealing a dark entrance, and everyone swiftly entered. The rock closed behind them, concealing all traces of their presence. This secret passage led directly to their headquarters. When everyone returned to the headquarters, excitement radiated from each person's face. One hit kill, except for the bear demon. This group of anti-demon hunting squad was completely wiped out, including an 8th rank star demon. This is indeed a rare military achievement. Just the 8th rank star demon alone was one of the tasks that Long HaoChen and his team accepted, and it was a highly rewarding mission. This is also why Cai Er took the risk to kill it. HaoChen, where is your companion? Is she okay? Tianqing asked tentatively. Cai Er actually assassinated the star demon in one hit, and during that strike, the sky underwent changes. It was truly astonishing. Long HaoChen shook his head and said, "She's fine, let's rest for a bit." Lin Xin, who used the blue fire phoenix spirit furnace, and Shima Xian, who used the purple phantom thunder spirit furnace, didn't look well at the moment. Obviously affected by the backlash of the spirit furnace, they both needed to rest. After saying this, he hurriedly went to his room along with his companions, not giving Tianqing the opportunity to inquire further. Watching Long HaoChen leave, Tianqing sighed inwardly, suppressing his curiosity, deciding not to ask too much. Naturally, Cai Er was sent to the Tower of Eternity by Long HaoChen. Although Long HaoChen appeared calm on the surface, internally, he was extremely anxious. He had been with Cai Er all along, and it could be said that no one knew Cai Er better than him.